What very realistic event could happen to make 2020 even worse? The big one finally happens in California, that we've been warned about our entire lives. The YouTube virus could mutate to become deadlier. Or we could just realize it is deadlier, or has long-term effects we didn't know about. Power outages. Food shortages would start to be huge. The PAC-NW experiences a 9.0 Cascadia subduction zone earthquake. Internet shutdown. Giant forest fires evacuating large parts of California during the escalating YouTube virus outbreak. Terrorists decide to bomb important medical labs as well as the CDC, and who? The Cascadia subduction zone shifts, and a major earthquake wipes out a large chunk of the Pacific Northwest. Random chimp event. Another hurricane. State-sponsored hackers attacking the medical industry. Hurricane season is coming up. Unexpected solar flare completely shuts down all electronics and internet for a long period. Would be horrible for the quarantined. I'm in there. If Yellowstone erupted, you might as well grab a good bottle of your choice and kick back. If an enormous solar flare from the sun strikes Earth, it could take out our electrical grid, internet, and almost all electronic devices. A solar flare stuck in 1859 that would have caused $10 trillion worth of damages today. The AskReddit bill being passed by Congress. It effectively ends internet encryption and any perceived internet privacy we still have. Link. Edit 1. Thanks to those who've asked what can be done. Here's how you can let your congressional rep know that you expect them to vote against the AskReddit bill. Please share this, and please make your voice heard. Link. Any disasters during this pandemic? Imagine if this is still spreading rapidly in April with mass quarantines, and a tornado outbreak on the likes of 2011 super outbreak hits. Injured normally have medical to go to, but if it's all filled up by sick patients, well, let's just hope it doesn't come to that. Everyone in the states, count yourselves lucky that this outbreak didn't hit in July to September and hope it gets cleared before then. Imagine if this was widespread during a Category 5 hurricane impact, when they normally tell an entire region to scram to other parts of the country. Edit. I'm well aware of comments regarding YouTube still a threat in June to September. You aren't unique. Please stop leaving those comments and instead reply to those that already have done so. Thank you. Dogs with bees in their mouth, and when they bark they shoot bees at you. Well, my mom died yesterday, so there's that. Edit. Definitely did not expect to wake up to all of this. Thank you all for your support. You have no idea how much that means to me. Natural. Yellowstone erupts. Man-made. Some more and decides a war is a good way to kickstart the economy after the YouTube disaster. Another natural disaster, an insect plague, another war, another disease, etc. At this point it's amazing that we are still here and not in a grave somewhere given the circumstances of the year so far. Definitely a hot war. A pandemic might create enough stress to cause the Middle East to erupt. Extinction of the bees. Alright, this thread is worsening my anxiety. Economy collapsing beyond repair everywhere. Utah is having earthquakes this week, nothing more than 6 though, so we are okay, and Utah is overdue for a massive earthquake, so these little guys could trigger it. Edit. Keeping my facts straight. China finally pulls the trigger on Taiwan or Hong Kong. Someone deciding now is a good time to go to war when defenses are down. Edit. And my inbox got defeated. This is border violation. The secondary effects on society if the YouTube 19 continues to increase exponentially. A lot of the strands of the fabric of society that we take for granted could start unraveling. We are in a very precarious situation. A Great Depression. A YouTube mass ejection. There was a huge one in 1859 called the Carrington event. It destroyed telegraph lines. You're probably thinking, oh, those are rare, that'll never happen again. In 2012 a similar sized flare missed the Earth by 9 days. If one did occur, we'd only have 17 hours from release to try and minimize damage, and less time if there was a previous smaller CME before a big one which pushed most of the solar wind out of the way. There are more than 3,000 satellites in orbit at the minute. We would lose almost every single one, and the ones that don't decay in their orbits and burn up in the atmosphere might crash into each other, creating a ring of space junk around the Earth, trapping us in for the foreseeable future. You don't want to know how bad it could be on Earth. North Korea successfully launching a nuclear warhead that lands either in South Korea or Japan, then sparking an international incident. Or Russia invading the Baltic states. As some with a ton of anxiety during this time, I shouldn't have read this thread. It was nice knowing y'all. I found a snake under a blanket in the bedroom. It's already happening, people. Let's not give 2020 any more bright ideas, please. Edit, thanks for the awards. But I'm down to one good arm thanks to 2020. Let's stop trying to see how it can get worse. Can we at least get through half of 2020 before trying to outdo it? Grocery stores are forced to close due to employees being infected by the YouTube virus. A much overdue seismic big one hitting my state of California. The last catastrophic quake, as told by several tribes lore, was in the 1700s and created Humboldt Bay. The government is trying to take away all privacy link. NASA is lying, and that asteroid is really gonna hit Earth, but again maybe that wouldn't be so bad after all. Great, you made it to the end. Now smash that like button and subscribe for even more videos like this one.